Somewhere around 8,000 years ago, a human picked up a piece of fruit that had been sitting in the sun too long. It smelled strange. It looked wrong. The juice inside had gone cloudy, and there were tiny bubbles forming on the surface. Any rational animal would have left it alone. The smell alone should have been a warning signal. They drank it anyway, and nothing was ever the same again. Because what that person had stumbled onto wasn't just a strange piece of fruit, it was fermentation, one of the most consequential chemical processes in human history. The process that would eventually produce wine, beer, bread, cheese, and 1,000 other things that define human civilization as we know it. And it happened completely by accident to someone who had absolutely no idea what chemistry was. This is how humans discovered wine. And the story is stranger, older, and more fascinating than anything you've ever read on a wine label. Let's start with the science, because fermentation isn't something humans invented. It's something nature does automatically, whether you want it to or not. Wild yeast is everywhere. It lives on the skin of grapes. It floats in the air. It settles on every surface it can find. And when wild yeast comes into contact with sugar, specifically the natural sugar inside fruit, it does one thing. It eats it. And as it eats, it produces two byproducts: carbon dioxide, which is the bubbles you see in fermented liquid, and ethanol, alcohol. This process requires no human intervention whatsoever. Leave a pile of grapes in a warm container for a few days, and nature will make wine for you automatically. It has been doing this for millions of years, long before humans existed, long before anything on this planet had a brain complex enough to appreciate what was happening, which means the first wine on Earth wasn't made by humans at all. Birds figured it out first. There are documented cases of birds eating overripe fermented berries and becoming visibly intoxicated, stumbling, flying erratically, sitting on branches looking confused. Animals have been accidentally consuming fermented fruit for as long as fruit has existed on this planet, and some of them seek it out deliberately. Elephants in Africa are documented to travel significant distances specifically to find fermented marula fruit. Malaysian pen-tailed tree shrews consume the equivalent of 9 glasses of wine every night from naturally fermenting palm nectar, and show no signs of intoxication whatsoever. The whole animal kingdom has been drinking for millions of years. Humans just eventually decided to get organized about it. The oldest confirmed evidence of intentional winemaking was found in what is now the country of Georgia. Clay jars dating back approximately 8,000 years, with chemical residue inside that could only have come from fermented grapes, not wild fermentation, intentional production. Someone had deliberately collected grapes, crushed them,